check.
So I guess the takeaway here is it's just a fluke whether or not it will work.
Yeah.
At any
well,
given time.
hi. Hopefully you're seeing it this time.
Destinies. Hi.
Yes. Let us know if this one's working in the chat. Please. Please. This day, man.
Brelston here, and he is joined by Regaman. And we have Yuri off camera, who's been tirelessly helping fix this magic situation. We're here to show you a fantastic Mega Man Legacy collection.
All right. I'll start over.
Yes.
So basically, at E3, we showed off the first kind of announcement of it and showed the build that we had at the time. Had Mega Man 1 and 2, I think, were on there. And some of the challenges, but not all the features were implemented, and some of them we didn't have screenshots of just yet. So posted a feature on Capcom Unity earlier this week that kind of ran through some of those features, but we have some time now before EVO starts. Starts tomorrow, runs all weekend. Before that gets going, we'll show you a little bit more of the Mega Man Legacy Collection out later this summer. But we can hop over to the game now, and hopefully this is all working. Please.
All right.
So this is title screen. So real quick, one of the first questions we get a lot of time is like, why just 1 through 6? And here are 1 through 6, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
pretty.
Yeah. It's 1 through 6 because this is like it's kind of a there's a preservation angle that Digital Eclipse and Capcom kind of talked about at E3. But it's not just this time capsule. It's all these games are kind of the same consistent visual style. It's all of this specific era, and like it's all about trying to preserve this exact era of Mega Man. The 8-bit stuff. And then when you get into 7 and 8, like 7 is this 16-bit thing and 8 is this 32-bit thing, and they're kind of just different beasts. And the technology that we'd been using here with Digital Eclipse and Capcom was very tailored for 8-bit, and it just kind of makes... It works really well with this technology, and to get 7 and 8 in there is like adding more stuff, because it's not just like we're emulating the games just straight. It's a little bit more involved than that, as we went into at E3. But that's the short version as to why these specific ones. I see you guys shaking your heads and mouthing a lot.
We're getting a bunch of complaints that there was an echo, and then without us even having a chance to try and fix it, it apparently fixed itself. So again, no control over our own destiny.
This is really this entire day has not been great.
Fate take us for a ride.
Yep.
The point is, the collection is nice.
Yeah. One of the things we talked about on the stream or on the article on this earlier this week was the music player, and this does have 1 through 6. Bye, Yuri. Thank you for helping us figure this out. All the songs kind of loaded in here. You can go through each of them, listen to, Metal Man's music is nice.
We're playing the Xbox One version today, correct?
Yes. More of a Bubble Man music fan if I got to pick one, though.
Love the Bubble Man theme.
But soundtracks are in here. They're unlocked from the start. We also have the challenge mode, which we showed some of this again at E3, but it's a little bit updated version where some are unlocked at the start, and you have kind of these target times and silver, bronze, silver, gold style medal to achieve. And the more bronze and stuff medals that you get, you'll unlock additional challenges. So you'll see some of these are locked, and you unlock them. Yeah, complete one more challenge to unlock. You kind of unlock them in big chunks. So, but we've been playing some of these just to kind of show off what they look like. Let's go with this Mega Man 2 remix. So you see the timer down there. I've messed it up already. I'm taking too long. And I have a timer down there. Each of these have their own leaderboards, and we'll have replays that you can watch, like the top. I'm not sure the exact number. I'm going to guess at least 10. And you get warp from areas and areas. And it's not like only in the Mega Man 2 can only lead to another Mega Man 2. They're kind of... Whoa! Oh, my God.
First day on the job?
They're kind of mixed up. But this being a specific Mega Man 2 challenge, man, that guy just, like...
Metal Blade.
Dunked me. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but
it's just the smart decision, you know, save time.
It's true.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
So it's always fun to play these games before they come out because you have that short period where you may well set a world record.
All right. Let's zip around here. You can also see on the side there the borders. They're different for Mega Man 1 through 6.
Mm-hmm. That wry smile.
Yeah.
It's very confident.
Oop. I knew it. These goofy shell people.
Are we going to show off the filters?
So one of the filters is the build we have. One of them will display properly. I'll show that really quick. So this is regular Flashman. You can go into this. So in the finished version, we'll have this TV one that's kind of like a tube TV, but we also have this monitor one that adds these scan lines, which hopefully it shows up in the stream.
I guess, yeah, streaming isn't the ideal format for showing off these sort of filters that are, I don't want to say subtle, because it's pretty apparent when you're playing on an HD TV, but I don't know how well they come out on Twitch.
Yep. Also, when the screen is dark like this, it's hard to. There we go. But there's the two filters that are out that will be in the finished version, and then
shaving off valuable seconds. No, there's no firm release date yet. We have a release window, which is this very summer that we are currently experiencing. So
yeah, it's not too far off.
For all you know, it's out already. It's not.
It is not out. Another thing that we talked about was we have this full, which this is how we. Well, let me turn this filter off. This is kind of how we showed it at E3. Was this so-called full version? But we also have this original. That's not my fault. That is kind of the game. As I try to talk and explain this filter or this view mode, it's kind of the game's original aspect ratio and original original everything. Trying to keep it so that everything is equal and it's the sharpest possible version of this screen. So while it takes up less space, it's just there's a more technical description written in the blog that we got from the dev team, but
pretty good at this.
My hasty explanation as I dodge all this crap. So it takes up a little less space, but then the border in the background will also fill that space appropriately. So you can, in a way, see more of the border. But you only really have to worry about the bottom ones, you know. The pause trick did work last time I tried it, but I don't really do that.
People asking you to do pause buffering.
You can, but you know.
But you don't even need that.
I guess since it is the
baby wheels are off.
I guess since it is a time trial, that would have been a faster way to do it.
Inevitably, how they will set records.
Which is fine. So that's kind of how the challenge mode works. Let's see, Memory Mix 2, Mega Man 1 Robot Rush. We showed that one, I think, at E3. Some of these might be MM1 remix. But later on, they'll remix different pieces of Mega Man 2 Robot Rush, different pieces where you'll jump from 1 to 2 to 6 to 5 and so on. Input replays, leaderboards, and all that stuff. And then we talked about this as well. So Mega Man 2 has all the games have their own database and museum. Database being this list with this translated text from
M25 or what? Wait.
Yeah, it was the versions were this. It was newly translated for this game. these descriptions. Some of them have been showing up in our for the Robot Masters. We've been using this in our daily Robot Master vlogs. So you can see their information, but it also lets you fight the Robot Masters from this. So you can just jump right in and sort of do a sort of practice run. Go, and I'm going to cheese him pretty good. And then you're back here. So if you haven't played in a while, or if you're totally new and haven't, you know, really messed with any of the old Mega Man games, it's a great time to practice the bosses.
It's like a checkmate. It's like you don't actually ever see them die. It's just assumed.
And you get
no way out.
This production art that you can zoom in.
At Amazing asking if I did the translations. I actually did give a pass to make sure that everything was hunky-dory.
I do like this music.
But I did not do the initial translations.
There's a lot of stuff in here for each game.
It's quite robust.
Art. Yeah, some of this stuff you like the kana that was written on the art.
Yeah.
You mentioned like.
I have a list.
Misairu. Crashman.
Man, you don't need me at all anymore.
I know. I can read basic things. This guy.
That one's great. It says Elephant Borg and then in parentheses, man.
Look at those. Look at these shades. Dude, this guy's the best. Nice. Nice.
People just tuning in now. Like, what game is this?
Legally Distinct. Legally Distinct Iron Man. Unused boss sketches. But a lot of this you might...
Yeah, that's Ai Yang Meng.
A lot of this you might have seen in the... like the Complete Works books, but like... To be able to see it like... On the... Like... The size at which you can zoom in on this stuff and like really pan around it and look.
And this uplifting music.
Yeah, it's great. Crazy Razy?
As you're looking at these weapons of mass destruction, it's like feel good like skiffle music. Perfect for sauntering down the street.
A lot of stuff to look through there. Database, again, same thing. You can look through all the enemies in the game per game. As well as their weakness in the corner there, you can see next to their hit points and attack power. Man, the big eye. But
show us Adhering Susie.
The Adhering Susie. I probably just passed him, didn't I?
No, there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Adheres to all the rules.
But again, you can just jump right into the bosses and fight them. And then the game itself, you know, we showed those as well.
Love it.
You have the original, you have full, which does fill the screen, and then you have wide, which, you know what you're getting there. Well,
yeah, that's not even... I mean,
you can turn the border off, too, if you want, and leave it that way. Or if you want to turn the border on, go for it. That is there because the NES game.
Really?
Like the original games have this like piece of black on the side there. Oh, as I talk. But yeah, I think that was the main features that we talked about on the article. But again, like one of the biggest conceits of the thing, like the biggest like talking points is like just again the stream may not adequately show it off, but like being able to play these games really high quality on TV. It's super crisp. It's not there's not a blur or like any fuzziness from a tube TV or standard def. Like it looks really sharp and clean. All 6 of the games. It's just a nice way to be able to play them and have them preserved in this format that, as we went into before and like during E3 and Digital Eclipse talked about, like the longevity of having them in this format makes them more, you can almost say future-proof to a degree. Being able to 10, 20 years from now, if this wanting to port them to another machine, it's not as hard as having to go back to do the same process all over again.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
What's another thing I could show?
Snake Man.
I could show Snake Man. I do love these snakes.
Mm-hmm.
These snakes are great. Yeah. Don't do it. Oh.
Nice.
I'm glad his like ladder climbing speed is better in this one. Since these are, source elements of the original game, you will need to jump up off of those or risk.
Or they just jettison you.
Oh, oh, wow. They will bump you. Oh man, now I've figured as much. What was I gonna say?
Slow-moving bullet.
Also, how fast you can get in and out of these things. There's like basically no loading. Like I'm jumping around these so fast. But one thing we did show was, some of the original stuff, like any software-based flicker or slowdown that's coded into the game was left in, but certain things that were hardware restrictions, they did go in, and we're able to kind of tinker with that. So I think one good case here is the horns on the goblins here. There's one point coming up where when they overlap with Mega Man, or when you fight the copy robot in Mega Man 1, when they overlap, there'll be a lot of flickering from that. The life bar gets caught up, and that doesn't really happen here. Definitely the copy robot. I feel like this is an area too where when those are all four in the same line, and the life bar in Mega Man, usually you'd get a lot of flickering. I believe that's how this would usually unfold. And again, just to compare, there's the original. It's slightly smaller, but it is like the truest aspect ratio, pixel to pixel, like.
Mm-hmm.
Quite pretty. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's really kind of the gist there.
Those the games.
Yeah, I think at E3 I played through all of Mega Man 1, which, I mean, we started kind of late, so I don't really have time to go through all that again. That's the only one I can play through reliably, like, quickly. It's also the shortest. Do you love all this art, though?
Okay, can we play some Mega Man 4 just cause?
Yeah, Greg, actually.
This game is
fun. Should, Greg is the man with...
Man with the plan.
Greg and Man, even.
And
Huh.
a cute little drawing there of Cossack and
Kalinka?
Let's say yeah, good. I couldn't think of her name. I was gonna say Sylvia and just roll with it. Probably Sylvia.
But if you've been following along in Capcom Unity, we've been doing these kind of daily Robot Master blogs running kind of sequentially by their Dr. Wily numbers. That was weird.
Yeah.
I touched a chord and
it electrocuted both of us.
Yeah. This I feel like I should go home. Weird.
Man, Charge Shot does kind of it creates inflation within the damage economy, if you will.
Oh yeah, it does.
To use an expression that no one has ever used.
I like it though.
Thank you. All right. It was the Mega Man Network that first challenged me to take on Ringman Stage first, and ever since, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah, that's the way
Stylish
to go.
action there. That's what that was. Applying my knowledge of S ranks.
Speaking of Mega Man Network, both Adam and David of the Mega Man Network, I guess Adam, formerly Heatman,
formerly known as
the Heatman, the Internet's Heatman, and David Oxford have helped us contribute some of the text for these Robot Master vlogs each day.
Hippo on a pedestal.
As well as some of the dev team from Japan that are like that are still in the office and gave some fun little insights into HMD. Talking about designing Heatman or
I love those little tidbits.
Yeah, I was hoping to get more, but they're busy people. But it was great, to have these actual accounts of.
It's just it's crazy that this guy who was the programmer of the original Mega Man game is still there. He's still programming games today.
But yeah, some little anecdotes. Not every Robot Master boss blog. Boy, that is
actually
it's a mouthful.
I don't know if he's still a programmer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he. Day-to-day job is now, but Mega Man 1 and 2 programmer. But yeah, there's various tidbits from people who worked on the original games. And we started with Cutman and kind of moved through. And today I put up Woodman, so that actually ends Mega Man 2. Dr. Wily number-wise. So tomorrow we'll start with Needleman. I don't think anyone from Japan had a specific comment about Needleman, because the original idea was I asked them what were some Robot Masters that stand out to you, or were your favorites, or characters that you actually have some when you hear Robot Master, where does your mind go? For me, it's I go straight to Magnet Man or Skull Man as some of my favorites, but I was curious. Well, what about some of the people who worked on it? So. Peppered throughout this 46 blog part series are some thoughts from the dev team.
Shout out to the person calling me a scrub for not circumventing a fight.
The whole world is not a speed run, man.
TLC would have my head on a platter. Isn't that how that song goes? You gotta skip the hippo fight.
That's how the song goes.
They would never date me.
I think it's in the liner notes. Yes. If you have the actual album. Anything that was in the originals, like exploits or skips or anything like that, should be in there. Oh, dearest Gregory.
Fine, I'm a scrub. Also known as oh my god, wait for it, guys, Busta. Mega Busta, as it were.
There's the puns I've been looking for.
Doing terribly now. I don't remember how you.
Just gotta get in the middle and go. Yeah.
My favorite. Someone's have a song. I got nothing.
Okay, go.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Go team.
All right.
I do miss the Go team. Wonder what they're up to.
Oh, come on. I was looking at the chat. I should probably not do that when I'm navigating death pits. All right.
We handed off the controller. I was doing the Yellow Devil and some of that Mega Man stuff, and then Greg took on Mega Man 4.
I don't remember those guys giving me any trouble before.
Because 4 is Greg's favorite Mega Man.
Yeah, you know, Jeremy Parrish on Retronauts gave me a little bit of a argument about that, but I think I held my own. Did you guys listen to that podcast we did?
Yeah, we talked about Legacy Collection back in the beginning of June.
Yeah.
But yeah.
4 is where they let you keep your E-tanks from game over to game over, so you can effectively farm for E-tanks. I just thought it was a breakthrough in fairness that this series could have used. I'm having trouble. Be at this all day. How do you get this stupid shot in without him hitting you?
Double KO, Greg. That's appropriate for Evo weekend, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's why I did that. Oh, do you just jump these guys like a... Yeah, there you go. No.
Shoot them when their eyes are showing.
So you... Is that like, don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes? Is that...
That's where it came from.
Does that apply here?
Yeah, that's where it came from. what, 91?
91.
All prior references were more of a moving backwards through time antimatter paradox that started in 1990.
I think the comic covered that.
Yeah. It's more of a Mega Man World problem, I think.
Speaking of which, I think they also give you more extra lives.
5 definitely has a like a proficient, like a buffet of 1-ups.
That feint, did you see that? Is that like a bug, or do you think they programmed that in there just to mess with you?
Which one?
Sometimes he does like a feint version. Like
oh,
he
yeah,
doesn't do it the full.
He kind of fakes it out. The big difference between like Anniversary Collection, Legacy Collection, like Anniversary didn't, like it was doing a different thing. It was collecting all the games, like the PS1 versions as they were, that didn't come out in America necessarily, and kind of put them in this one package and some bonus material. And then this, for $14.99, does the 6 original 8-bit games, but they've been like run through this process of like remastering, so they're clearer. There's a sharpness and clarity that's not the case in Anniversary Collection. 1 being in HD, and 2 just being a bit more updated process of how it was brought over. So you're kind of getting an overall cleaner, brighter, more accurate representation of those 6 games. And then things like leaderboards, some of these filters, stuff like that.
Do we have the save state implemented? Is that still a thing?
It was. I don't see it on here now.
Right. I was going to show that off.
It was, but, you know.
All right, let's see if I can remember what I'm doing here. I think the key was to not bother with the Mega Buster because it
does take too long.
It's a very no, not so good.
He's intense.
You need about 3 tries to get it down.
That is
I do anyway.
That is one of the most like Price is Right style game over sound effects in Mega Man.
Here, Toadman is definitely the easier boss to start with, on account of his terrible strategy. Oh god. Oh, that was lucky.
Are you ready for the weather effects, Greg?
I forget what weather is.
You can slide under these birds, these penguins.
Yeah, I guess that's the fastest way to move in this inclement weather. Son of a... Alright, there we go. The cute little umbrella, that's cute. These games are inspired. Charming.
Spoken like a lolcat.
I don't get it.
The cute umbrella was cute. Cute umbrella is cute.
See, there's definitely more 1-ups in this game than the previous games.
Yeah.
It's the fairness.
This and 5 are definitely rife with them.
Someone says, let me play, I'll show you how it's done. Well, you can this summer. For just $15, man. You can have all 6 games. That's, I mean, simply put, that's half what the series as a whole would cost you on Virtual Console, and it's better versions. Can I say that? Well, more featureful. We'll say that. Full-featured versions.
They've been run through a process, which, again, we kind of talked about at E3, and Digital Eclipse went into it a little bit as well. Their process of the Eclipse engine, which is taking the source elements of the game, Mega Man 1 through 6, and bringing them into this like modern console HD era, which they really hadn't been. Also bringing them to PC officially, which is nice to have it on the Steam. Because I mean, I'm in the same boat, right? Like I too am like, I have all 6 NES games and a collection. Like I do too. Like I'm in the same boat, but they look like butt on my HD TV. So that's for me personally. That's the angle I like. It's for $15, get the 6 games. Leaderboards are nice.
Ow.
The filters are nice, but like I just like having all 6 of them one spot, very clean. Like that's just a nice thing to have.
Oh. Man, I never thought it would be a fish randomly jumping out of the water. It got the best of him. Yes. But here we are.
Over time, I developed an affinity for 5 that I didn't have as a kid. But I think back in 2012 when we streamed 1 a month, and I streamed through 5.
Well, that was such a fun thing because it gave us a much more objective, like, back-to-back look at each of the games. And I mean, that's when I formed the opinion that 4 was my favorite, too. I had missed 4 back in the day. But having all this quality time with all the games, you start to really get a feel for, like, just, you know, the minor differences, the differences in balance. Like I said, fairness. I mean, obviously, it's hard to compete with the nostalgia of whichever one you played the most when you were a kid.
Yeah. Shouldn't we be streaming EVO? Well, Capcom Fighters, the other channel.
I got a whole channel for fighting games.
Yeah, I got a whole channel for that. Yeah, I think starting tomorrow and then through the weekend, they will be.
So the answer is yes.
The answer is yes, comma, tomorrow. And we'll be watching. I'm going to watch from my desk all day.
I'm taking the day off. But not to watch.
Greg's not even going to be here.
Oh, he's so good at his job.
He was built to boogie. Oh.
What happened there? Man, Toadman got me. I was just so taken with his shimmy. All right.
Shimmy, shimmy.
I'm a little rusty. I haven't played this since 2012, really. A little bit when it came out on PC, but...
The special video from Comic-Con.
I forgot I had a slide completely. No! Don't you start! See, there's a pattern here. You can see it. Every time he starts his shimmy, murder him.
There's no update yet on the 3DS version, but we should be getting into it soon. It's scheduled for the winter, so each day brings us closer to the winter. But we should have an update soon.
I think the fact that took so long makes it sadder now that he's gone. It was like getting to know him.
But I mean, if you're worried about like features missing or not being present, like I don't think that's a worry to have. Features not being present.
Man, 3D graphics back then.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the Street Fighter videos. I assume at some point they would come out on their channels, but that's something they did and I didn't see it. I actually didn't go to Comic-Con this year. Greg did.
I did, yes. It was a gauntlet. It was fun. I just want to hear a little bit of Skullman's theme.
This is one of my favorite.
We can't stay too long because we have things to do.
Greg.
I just like Skullman's theme.
Well, if you want to do that, we can go to the music player.
Sweet drums. All right, but this is more of a spectacle.
Not if you're shooting and taking out the sound channels, and I can't hear the music.
All right, hey, no shooting run.
You already broke your one rule.
I meant some shooting run, but less. No charge shot. How about that?
Well, that's better. All right, here we go. Here's the percussion I've been after.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Don't. This guy is a pill. He's like skeleton breakman. Whoa. Didn't even mean to slide there, but I'm glad I did. Whoop!
What other exclusives did we have at Comic-Con? There was an article on Unity about them. There were the small Mega Man helmets. We started pre-orders on the life-size wearable ones. Those are still up at Shop.capcom.com. What else did we have? There was a Ryu statue that was new for Comic-Con. We had our roster of Monster Hunter items. I don't think it was a particularly new thing, but some of the stuff that people didn't get a chance to get over the past couple trips. We were at PAX East and stuff. But if you couldn't make it to PAX East, Comic-Con's the other side of the country. So some of that stuff was there.
Sorry, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Does anyone know that reference? I was trying to remember if that ever even existed. It's like a commercial from 1993. Were any of you alive then?
I remember things about 1993, but such as the Super Mario Brothers movie and Jurassic Park releasing within a month of each other. Oh dear, Greg.
I did it on purpose.
I do like how this stage changes from super weird bone construction and
it's like an excavation.
That really,
site.
Excavation site. But I love the mountains floating in the background look. That's a very Japan to show off distance and scale.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Gaiden did it really well, and there's a lot of old box art from this era that does it nicely. But then it changes into this sunset area that's totally different, and I don't know, color wheel, guys, from blue to red.
Yeah, that's another thing, more subtle thing that happened later in the series, is you get more elaborate stages, less repetitive backdrops. In 6, they have a straight-up set piece at the beginning of every stage, like the giant satellite dish and the. I did some feature blog a while back that was stitching together beautiful NES backgrounds.
Oh, 5 has the Starman satellite dish.
Oh yeah, that's 5, isn't it? I guess they started in 5.
Is anything true anymore?
Yamato Man has the Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Very appropriate. Can I use a Toad Man on him?
Not on Skull Man.
Let's see what it does. That works.
Basically nothing.
It's easier than having to hit him.
It did break his shield. I mean, he does seem more confused, I guess.
Rain typically is effective against skulls. I know that. I learned that the hard way. Here. Now I'm going to use my...
Can you use your Rush Marine at him?
Can I use it at all when I'm on land?
Yeah, you can probably hop in there. Come on. Aww. He's dead now.
He just drops into the closest body of water, well below us. Well,
I should have seen that coming.
I guess that works. Everything seems in order here.
He is one of my favorite robots.
Oh, you! It only took using lots of items.
Did it?
Anyway. So... Should we call it? Is there anything else you want to show right now?
We can show how fast you get in a game and out of a game.
that is a rare privilege nowadays in gaming. So you just snap into any part of the whole game, basically.
Yep. I'll play through Gravity Man stage really quick. But again, so this is kind of the full thing, and you can do this original, kind of original aspect ratio.
2 flashing lights per corner.
Super crisp, it looks really nice. Again, the stream, it may just look like it looks like a 8-bit game running on TV, whatever. But seeing it on your TV IRL is really nice. Which I went into before, which is as a collector myself and as someone who still has their NES games and still sits on a giant pile of old stuff. It's still nice to have this very crisp.
I think it might be a demographic thing. I'm much more prone to double dip on things that I really love now as an adult. With I don't know, it's $15 ain't what it used to be to me. There's a request to show wide mode.
Do you really want to see wide mode?
I mean, I guess it's worth showing just so people
get if you must.
It's not our recommended way to play.
It's a stretch.
An old game, but for people, there are people out there that just
do this.
Can't tolerate a game having borders. They want it to be full screen.
And the idea there is if it was filling so many of these games are boxes. are like screens, and if you display more or have more on the screen, it's going to start like affecting like the design, like the level layout and enemy placement and like things like that. This is one of my favorite stages, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a very inspired stage.
Oh, I got greedy.
Who was it who was talking about? Have we done that blog? We have not.
Which blog?
Gravity Man.
Oh no, that's not till 5. So we start 3 tomorrow. Yeah.
Right. Well, there will be some words of praise for Gravity Man around the bend. Yeah, so, you know, wide is there. It's probably not the feature we'll be hanging our hats on, but, you know, someone out there will appreciate it.
Yeah, because a lot of it is wanting to play it in this original intended, you know, the way it was created. So that's why this original, again, frame is there. Really crisp, really clean.
So nice.
Surprised I haven't got any 1-ups. Like, this game is pretty generous with them. I also love this fight. This is one of my favorite boss fights. Well, I messed that up.
Yeah, even as a boss fight, it's definitely one of the more distinct boss fights in the series, I think. Having to really aim.
Yeah.
Instead of just, you can't be spammy at all.
Yeah.
Unless you have, well, I don't know what the what is the weakness?
Man, what is his weakness?
It's 3D graphics.
Yeah, that rotating sprite, it's great. Man, I don't even remember what his weakness is. Maybe if I see the screen, I'll be able to. Is it Starman?
Gravity is weak to stars.
Maybe it's Starman. Because you go Gravity Man, he's weak to Gyro Man to Crystal Man, Napalm, Stone. You can also start at Wave Man, and Starman's weak to Wave Man. Charge Man I usually go to last, I guess. But again, that's back out here. And then again, challenges, music player. Challenges have online leaderboards. Obviously, they're not functional right now because they're not going. I wonder if my replay works if I hit X. No. All right. We can come back on.
All right.
Camera.
So we can. We are.
Yeah, thanks for watching. That was a quick run-through of updated version of the build that we have. Yeah, we also have on Unity going right now is a kind of a fan art contest where we kind of trying to reimagine what the North American box art was kind of infamous back in the day. It took basically till you could argue 4, really 5 and 6 until he was like super on model and like actually looks like Mega Man. 3 is maybe. But it was a fan art contest open to North America and Europe to kind of reimagine if you could envision your ideal, what would Mega Man 1 cover look like? What would the Mega Man 2 cover look like? We're revealing kind of our own take on it. We worked with an artist, Chamba, to come up with some examples to kind of inspire everybody, like something like this. We're debuting a new one each Friday. You can submit an entry to contest@capcom.com, and that runs. So Mega Man, we'll show our Mega Man 3 art on Friday, tomorrow, and then 4 the next Friday, 5 the next Friday, 6 the next Friday. But yeah, you can find more on Facebook and Twitter. We've been tweeting it out, and also on Unity. But yeah, more about the update on the release date coming soon. Obviously summer, and we're well into summer now, so we should have an update on that soon. 3DS version is coming this winter. But but we'll also have probably more on that soon too, because we're getting closer to the end of summer, which suggests we would have something more to say about 3DS. But until then, thanks for watching. Please, Capcom Fighters, hit up Evo. It's going on all weekend, starting tomorrow. Gonna be watching myself.
Watching yourself? Are you competing?
Yeah. But yeah, anything else I can't say yet. But just, you know, summer's almost up. Well, it's not almost up. It's mid-July. Enjoy your summer, everybody. Don't enjoy the summer while it's here. Yeah.
Savor it. You gotta savor it.
We'll have more soon. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.
See you guys.